Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to 2025. We're here. Oh my goodness. Where did 2024 go? I don't know. But we were spending the day kind of just thinking, brainstorming, planning, kind of figuring out like what does 2025 look like, especially when it comes to our social media. We've been very quiet on here as of late, and we weren't really sure what to do. There was a point in time where I was very active on House of Czetty. And then we were kind of spinning up other profiles, and then we kind of got quiet because we really weren't sure how they all fit together, what we do with what on there, what's even beneficial, what's helpful. We always want to make sure that what we're doing brings value. We are believers in Jesus, and he says that what we're supposed to do is always to bear fruit. So it is very important to us as in anything we do, whether that's raising our children or working or serving you or just out serving others or whatever. We always want to be bearing fruit and bringing the kingdom everywhere we go. So here we are coming into 2025, a brand new year, asking God, what does he want us to do? What does he have in store for the various blessings that he has given us? How can we serve others? How can we raise our family this year? What are we doing? Where are we going? And all of that. And so I thought it'd be great to kind of start out. Here we are, first day of 2025. Hopefully we can be pretty consistent with something that makes sense and flows well for everyone. But to kind of explain, what are we doing? Where are we? What's happening with these businesses, with here? What can you come to expect from us when you visit us here? Your time is valuable, and we're hoping that if you are spending time looking at our content, that in some way it enriches or supports or encourages you or even educates you. And always we're open to feedback if there's anything that you want to share with us or would like to see us do differently, or even if there's a topic you want us to touch on. So to give you kind of the very quick short of it. So House of Czetty, we're kind of going to turn this into our network. So this is kind of be the catch-all for all of the things that we have going on in bite-sized amounts so that if you want to learn more, you can go to that channel that'll go in more detail to those things. But, to give little pieces of what's going on in all the areas. So that's kind of can be your main feed for everything that we have going on in our various network. We're going to kind of rebrand House of Czetty. And I've mentioned this on some prior posts, into the organizational development side of what we do. And, it sounds like a very, scientific word, but really all it is the interactions, the dynamics of people from various perspectives. The current context is usually on the corporate setting, which is, not necessarily as relatable to us as individuals or families or business, but really organizational development is for anybody, and it can be applicable in any area, especially to the family. It's something when I was studying it as my master's, I really saw how it could be beneficial to, really enrich the family if we brought some of those concepts and things there. So here kind of mainly we'll be touching more in depth on those kinds of things as it could be relatable to your business or to your family or even, in your work life. We had a discussion today with someone who is in a corporate setting. And, if you are in a corporate setting, you've probably been to some of the seminars and the culture seminars and the who am I and what is my, work archetype and how do I, take feedback and all those kinds of things. And, it can be really helpful to some and, not so much to others. It's really neat to, be able to speak on those things, to help you feel more comfortable in whatever environment you find yourself in. But I will say my most favorite thing to really do with that field is to really see people, smaller, local-owned businesses thrive with that. So be looking here more for us defining what is that and how can it really apply to you and, how maybe these tools could help even interacting in your family. I know when I was doing my coaching program as a part of it, one of the things we saw was how interacting with our children using some of those coaching frameworks was really, really beneficial to opening up better lines of communication and, creating, better trust relationships with even especially with teenagers. So would love to explore that more with you all and excited to see kind of where that goes. And if whatever we're doing is ever helpful to you, please let us know so that we can continue doing more of that. Please reach out if you need anything. We definitely want to help with that as well. And so to kind of give you a full view as of now of what kind of stuff we have within our network. So we have kind of what we're going to have here in the House of Czetty portion, which will be a lot having to do with the dynamics of interactions of people and organizations. That could be your family, that could be your business, that could be your nonprofit, your church, whichever. Anywhere you've got two or more getting together, you're talking about an organization. And there's dynamics, there's effectiveness, there's productivity, all of that, goals that need to be reached. And so we're here to kind of help make that more accessible, practical, and more fun and interesting to implement and learn about. And then some of the outer areas of our network that have other channels would be our property management, hosting, teaching and developing people within the areas of real estate from rental perspective, especially short-term and mid-term rentals. That's above and beyond hosting. That has its own channel, its own stuff. We'll, put little pieces of stuff here, but really, that main stuff is going to be found on its own particular channels. There's a YouTube channel for that, as well as an IG and, Facebook. They've been relatively inactive, but, we're hoping to do more with that here in this coming year. We also have a marketing side called the Golden Thread Agency. And a lot of these things, they're doing stuff. They just have not really had a great online presence, which we're going to hopefully be doing better with that there. And so that is pretty much anything having to do with marketing your business, making sales, making sure people know about you, growing your audience, all of that good stuff. We help with that, as well as putting yourself out there in terms of content and media. So we help with your brand, we help with logos, we help with, what kind of stuff do you want to put on social media? It's funny, we don't do our own, but we do it for others. And so we'll have that, and that has its own channel and its own stuff as well, but we'll bring back bite-sized information here. And then if it's something of interest, you can always go and find it over there as well. And then the other thing we have, and it's still kind of part of the Golden Thread, but we'll put some stuff here, is our production part, and that's His Eyes production. And that is, the very specific, photography, videography, and anything having to do with graphic design and video and media, that would be there. We always like there to be a little bit of value in everything that we do on our various channels, hoping to just leave you with something that would be helpful today as you're, coming off of the holidays. A lot of people love holidays and it stresses them out at the same time. I would love it that this time next year, those of you who are interacting with us come out of the holidays and actually feel empowered and ready for the next year. So blessings to you at the start of this year. I pray it is amazingly fruitful and beautiful and filled with health and loveliness. And I pray that you all just flourish in Jesus' name.